Goody said, yeah, we'd like to get Jordan deals done before starting training camp. Do you have a sense that things will pick up after this mini camp between now and July 22nd?
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, just what he said.
Are you optimistic that something could get done by then?
Yes, I am.
Why are you? What makes you optimistic?
This is what I've heard.
How have you handled this process in terms of, do you like to know what's going on and what's being said, or do you just try to disconnect from it?
What is that?
The process and what's going on with the contract negotiations?
Yeah, I like to be in the mix.
And that's that?
That's that. Keep it short, yeah. There it is.
We've yet to find a topic you like talking about less than this one.
By that look, sounds like maybe you guys are close.
Do you play much poker?
No, I do not play poker.
You said you got to work on your golf game, though.
Yeah, I do need to work on my golf game. It's not great.
How was it at the AmFam over the weekend?
It was cool. It was awesome. Just building that partnership with American Family and being out there at the golf tournament. I wasn't there too long, but it's an awesome event. With like a lot of fans out there watching and having a good time, and it was a great day. So it's cool.
You guys had a great finish to last season. You've had time now to do more public appearances, do more interviews. I mean, what's this been like this last 4 or 5 months? The anticipation of what you and your team could do this year. I mean, it must feel like a wave of attention, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just excitement. Everyone, I think, from when the season ended last year, where the way it ended for us, I think everybody was hungry and ready to just get back to it, get back to training camp, and get the new season rolling. So, it's been a good amount of time since that game, so I think everyone's still hungry and just excited to get rolling.
Jordan, did you look at that video monitor out there that they have showing replays of practice?
Yeah, I did. It caught my eye. It was, I think it was the first time we've had it out there since I've been here, so it was cool to see that. Got a little bit of replays going on at practice, so you can just take a look and see kind of what you would watch on film, but just right there at practice, so it was pretty cool.
You think that's beneficial and that you may find value in that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that'll help, and just be able to look at out there on the field, because you don't really get that chance to see a replay or like you would in a game. So I think it'd be beneficial for us.
Yeah, I mean, you want to simulate game-like conditions, so you're looking at the scoreboard. Of course, you're looking at the pad. That's just kind of a normal thing to replicate, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's just, I think, just an extra layer that we haven't had, and it makes it more game-like.
Matt said he's let you call some in-one plays in 2-minute situations out there. So how is that going? Do you like it? What are the challenges for you?
Yeah, I do like it. Calling 2-minute plays. I think if anything, it just helps being able to understand the play calls. Be always thinking about that next play, kind of as you're going on the play, and just knowing the situation. So I think it helps prepare me and just understand the 2-minute situations better, what we need, what plays work, what plays don't work, and just get more comfortable with plays and calling them.
How have you noticed just the maybe shift defensively with just Hackney being there? I know that it seems like Keyshawn had mentioned that kind of puts that pressure maybe a little bit on the offense. Like, how have you kind of noticed maybe that shift since he's come in?
Yeah, no, I think it's a really good defense. Obviously, it's something that is new. As an offense, we haven't seen it until this year, so it's new, and just trying to get a feel for it. But everything they've been doing has been really good. I think they've been doing a really good job of disguising and showing multiple looks, and at the snap, being able to present those different looks, pressures, and so they've been doing a good job of making everything look similar until the snap. So, but I mean, obviously, in training camp, I think they'll keep installing more and more pressures, things like that. But I think it looks really good so far.
You guys have waited obviously a long time since real football in the playoffs in January. You put in a lot of good work now. You're about to go away for a month and a half before reconvening. What can you do in that time that really sets the stage to hit the ground running and pick up where you left off last season when it starts?
Yeah, just keep working. Get back to the mindset, just getting back to my own, working outside of here, and getting back with my personal quarterback coach I work with, and just continuing to focus on the little details and things I want to keep working on, and just make sure I'm in my best shape and ready to go once we come back.
And just in terms of those personal quarterback coaches, how integral do you think that is to your success? Obviously, a lot of quarterbacks use them now, and when you have time away, I mean, it's one thing. You have a coach telling you what to do here, but what's it mean to have one away from here?
Yeah, I think that's something that, each guy has their own preference and whatnot. But, I've been with my quarterback coach since sophomore year of high school. So definitely someone I'm comfortable with. And he knows me. He knows what I like to work on and what I need to, work to get better at. So he does a great job of pushing me and just obviously it's different. He's not a coach here and doesn't know, the system and things like that we might be calling. But, he knows quarterback and the details and footwork and things like that I need to work on. So it's good work away from here.
Today, first series, after a couple completions, Josh Jacobs goes right and gets open and goes 60 yards. I mean, that's the first time I see him break away like that. What do you think of what you see in his speed so far, and what are you learning about him as a guy in your backfield?
Well, I think everyone's watched what Josh Jacobs has been about when he's been on the Raiders. So there's definitely no question what kind of player he is when he will get out there on the field. But, it was awesome to see him out there and making those cuts and breaking away out there. But he's a phenomenal player. Obviously, he's got the speed and he's got the cuts and the agility. So I'm excited to see him once the season gets rolling and see how hard it is for guys to tackle him.
Jordan, what goals did you have for yourself coming into OTAs and mini camp, and do you feel like you hit those goals?
Yeah, I think the main thing for me is just understanding where to go with the ball, always making the right decision. Not forcing the ball downfield and trying to fit it in certain windows, things like that. So just process and understand where I need to go with the ball, and then, pocket movement, making smaller movements in the pocket, not being so quick to try and get out of there, but to stay in the pocket and try and find those receivers downfield is something I've been working on. Also throwing on the move, going right, just being able to get my shoulders downhill, my body downhill, and kind of not be drifting away from the throw.
Jordan, did you have a couple throws today you didn't like? It looked like there were a couple throws where you weren't pleased. Is that, maybe I was misreading you, but you looked a little frustrated with a couple of throws. Is that fair? Or?
Yeah, I think there's always a couple that might get away from you. There was a couple plays where the rush might have got there, but I was drifting and the ball didn't come on hand how I wanted to. So it happens. It's practice. That's what we're out there working on, and I got to do a better job of not showing frustration, things like that, and just learn to continue to play the next play.
Well, it's okay to show frustration with yourself, though, right? It's the projecting it at your receivers that you try to avoid more often.
Oh, 100%. But we talk about it all the time. Is just body language. You don't want to have bad body language, whether it's at somebody or just on a play you might have messed up on. So just always trying to be positive with body language and those little things.
So speaking of being positive, so we know everything you accomplished last year. We also know that you see a lot in front of you. How do you kind of balance I've got a lot of confidence, like I always have, with I still haven't necessarily arrived yet, even with the good things that I did last year. How do you kind of balance that mentality?
Yeah, I think that's the mentality everybody has to have is, whether you're a proven guy or a rookie, you got to be able to have confidence in yourself. Because, it starts with you. You got to be able to believe in yourself before the coaches and your teammates will. But also, never having that mindset of being complacent or thinking you made it. Always trying to have a positive mindset and trying to work to get better and, find little tweaks in your game that you can improve on. And, that's the big thing for me is just never being complacent. But at the same time, always having that confidence and whether it's a good play or a bad play, never letting that confidence waver. Just staying confident in yourself and true to yourself.
Jordan, did you see that Marcedes is coming back for a 19th season?
I did.
What was he like for you when you were here? What stood out about him from your perspective?
Yeah, Marcedes is awesome, and I'm super happy for him to be coming back. That's awesome. But we all know. That was my first experience being in the NFL, seeing Big Dog, and just the leader he is. He's a vocal leader, and then he's also just that physical presence out there on the field where it doesn't matter who he's going against. He's not going to get beat. And that's kind of his mindset he always carries is he's going to go out there and win no matter who he's against. So, I learned a lot of lessons from Big Dog and, very appreciative of my time with him. But, he's a real vocal leader. He's been doing it a long time, been making plays for a long time. And he brings that veteran presence to a team, which is, something that you need.
Jordan, I feel like in these conversations we talked about Watson, Wicks, Reed, Romeo. We talked about Bo last week. I don't feel like we've talked much about Malik, and he had that touchdown. I think it was a touchdown.
I don't know. I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been.
I thought he caught it. But what do you kind of think of what he's done for you, and where does he kind of fit in big picture of your wide receiver?
Yeah, I mean, Malik is a stud. I think last year he really made a name for himself in the preseason and, helped himself out and was able to get on the roster and made some huge plays once he get in the game. And I think that's a big thing for him is he takes advantage of the opportunities he gets. I think he's always trying to find ways to get better, but when he's out there in the game, I mean, he's made some big-time plays. And I just love his mindset on the field. He's one of the guys you can just throw it up and he's going to go up there and make a play and go up there and get it. He's very aggressive, and he shows that. And then also in the blocking game, he does some really good things. So I think he just needs to keep being himself, keep stacking those days, and taking advantage of any opportunity he gets. And I think there's going to be some more opportunities for him this year.
Jordan, you went to the league last year for that late touchdown against the Giants with like 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
What gave you the confidence in a really big moment running off the thing to go with?
Yeah, I mean that's one of those situations. That's kind of what the best option we had was for that play. But in it, at the same time, I was very confident that Malik's going to go win a one-on-one matchup because, like I said, I mean he's shown so many times that he has that ability. If you throw it up, he's going to go up there and make a play, and he's got aggressive hands and attacks the ball. So, in that situation, that was kind of the best option for the play we had. And I kind of just put it up there for him in the corner, and he did a great job going up there making a play and getting across the goal line. And I think the big thing for him too was. I think the play before was one that we threw to him, and he had it, and the DB made a good play late, and was able to knock it away from him. And I think for him, he was ready to go out there and make another play, and that's confidence that I'm gonna keep coming to you, go make another play. So.
Jordan, for you, do you still think about the way that the season ended and the last game with the 49ers, or because of the fact that it was the last game, or at this point, are you like, it's happened, I'm moving on now? Like, what's kind of your mindset?
Yeah, I think that's something that is just always in the back of your mind. The way you end the season, and something you always got to think about. Obviously, you move, grow, you learn from that game, but at the same time, I think it's just something that's always in the back. Leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and I think we're all ready to get back on the field after losing that game to San Fran.
Is there value for you in the offense going up against the defense that's implementing a new system, providing different looks this time of year?
Definitely. I think last year, being in the system with Joe Barry for, I think it was 2 years, you get kind of comfortable seeing the same looks and kind of get a good feel of what they're going to be doing. So I always think it's good anytime you can get different looks, and that's why I think practicing against different teams and training camp is good, just to get different looks and not be running the same plays against the same looks, and mix it up, and just makes you really think about the rules and stick to the rules of the offense, and not get too comfortable going against the same defense.
Has anything that you've seen from this defense remind you of maybe teams that you played in the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's similar defense to what the 49ers and the Seahawks do with some of the shell, and then playing the Colt defense where they have run-through guys, carrying guys, and matching the certain side and playing spot drop zone on the other side. So it's very similar to that, but at the same time, there's obviously different things he likes to do versus other coordinators. So we'll see, but I think it's very similar to the Niners and the Seahawks kind of defense.
Two more for Jordan.
I just remember the Seahawks when Dan Quinn was there, and how strong the safeties were in that defense. Is it similar to that from like 8 or 9 years ago?
What year was he? 8 or 9 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I was probably in high school then.
You were in high school.
Breaking down different defenses. Yeah.
Okay, next.
Who were you breaking down then? What were the big rivals that you had to worry about their defensive schemes?
In high school, I mean, we had a pretty good team where, I mean, Bakersfield High School was a pretty good defense, but, we played a good amount of the Fresno schools, the Clovis and the Edison, so they had a bunch of just athletes out there running around. I couldn't even tell you what defense they were running. Probably a lot of man. But